Lakeside Dental Clinic, Go Island, is brought to you by Lakeside Dental Clinic.
Well, we have very cute puppy dogs on one side, and then over here on the other side we have casino blackjack tables and spin wheels. Where are these things found? In the same place? Well, it can't be any other place than the 7th Annual Nanaimo Chamber of Commerce Business Expo. Honor for award-winning Nanaimo author Susan Juby, new words in the Canadian Dictionary, and revisiting Seal Bay. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4. The energy here in the Vancouver Island Conference Centre is huge. Come on through. People not sure if they should walk past the camera or not. We're saying absolutely walk through. We're here at the Nanaimo Chamber of Commerce 7th Annual Business Expo. There's a lot of energy, a lot of fun, a lot of range. Puppies and casinos to Halloween and snowmen. And we are going to look at Christmas trees. There, I said it. Christmas trees later on this edition of Go Island. But we're starting out on a literary note. Have you ever heard of author Susan Juby? She wrote Alice, I Think, that was turned into a 13-part television series. She's written 10 novels for teens and young adults, including a very popular The Wofield Poultry Collective. She lives in Nanaimo. She's been recently appointed to a very prestigious newly formed College of New Scholars, Artists, and Scientists. I caught up with Susan in her home recently in Nanaimo. Kim Smythe is the CEO of the Nanaimo Chamber of Commerce, celebrating 125 years. Congratulations. And I don't know if it's just me, but there seems to be a whole new energy atmosphere around the chamber. Is this something that you're deliberately bringing to the table?
Yeah, I think so. I hope so anyway. I think once you hit 125, you have to hit the reset button right after that and figure out where you're going to go next.
And where are you going? What is the direction of the chamber?
Boy, we've got a lot of things on our plates right now. What we're trying to do is create a chamber that's relevant for tomorrow's economy, for the kinds of businesses that are coming to Nanaimo now, to the emerging businesses. A lot of those are not-for-profits as well. So we're joining forces with the enterprising not-profit community, which is a new wave in business that we're seeing these days. We're building on our community partners and turning those into working partnerships. So we're in the trenches with people like the Airport Commission, the Port Authority, the Economic Development Corporation, Tourism Nanaimo, Community Futures, working closely with all those folks as well as our 800 members.
Mm-hmm. Now, there are 3 sectors that you service.
Yes.
They are?
They are the private sector, of course, the public sector, which includes all government and institutions, and the not-for-profit sector.
Which is huge.
Which is huge and growing and getting stronger. Social enterprise is making a huge difference for not-for-profits. Social enterprise, of course, being the businesses that not-for-profits get into to sustain themselves instead of always looking for government handouts or for charitable giving.
Mm-hmm. What types of businesses are coming to Nanaimo that are new? What are is there a trend in business right now?
Very much so. Knowledge-based economy, high-tech, green economy, all of these things are registering large. As we're getting away from our past, we're finding a new future. Our past being the resource sector, of course, our future being the knowledge-based, the science, technology, startups, things like that. This is hugely exciting, Kate.
And the reason we're here is because the 7th Annual Nanaimo Chamber of Commerce Business Expo is underway, and all of that is reflected here inside the doors of the Vancouver Island Conference Centre. Now, we'd be remiss if we didn't acknowledge that we're less than a month away from a municipal election.
I heard something about that.
Did you now? What's the role of the chamber in that?
The role of the chamber primarily is getting out the vote, to encourage people to exercise their freedom to vote, to get informed about the election and about the candidates, all 59 of them, and then to show up on November 15th. And I want to point out there's 2 dates in advance of that you can vote, and that's November 5th and November 12th. So if you don't want to fight the crowds on November 15th, get out on the 5th and the 12th. You can go to our website to find out more information on that, and that's nanaimochamber.bc.ca. It's incredibly important. This election more important than many in the past because this is the first time that we're voting for elected leaders to lead us for 4 years, rather than the 3 previously.
You can get information about the candidates, and you have a section for elections, a section for election on your website.
Yes.
And what will you find there?
We'll have a discussion about if the chamber were a candidate, what would its platform be? I think, which is very important. We have 5 criteria that we would like candidates to write into us and tell us that they support or don't support these 5 criteria. And we'll have all sorts of voter information. We'll have a calendar of events. It's a dynamic calendar, so it changes daily. That will include all of the information on election that you can go to, candidate forums, community rallies, all those sorts of things.
Which there are lots of coming up. And I'm tempted to ask you about some of them, but I think instead we'll direct people to your website, nanaimochamber.bc.ca. We're going to take a short break and have a look inside. Still to come today, new words for the Canadian Dictionary. James Green goes looking for meaning and exploring Seal Bay in the Comox Valley. Yes, you can play Jenga at the Business Expo. This is actually giant Jenga, and I know the story about how this got here. I was experiencing some R&R at Hollyhock on Cortez Island, and you get chatting with people there. We started chatting with this lady, and then her husband joined us, and then she told us that her husband distributes giant Jenga, and he gave us some giant Jenga games. So here we are at the Nanaimo Chamber of Commerce booth playing giant Jenga, and I'm scared. Should I take another one down? Should I take another one? Oh, look, they come out. Oh, ho, ho, I'm making it hard for the next person. I might have just cheated there. It's getting a little bit wobbly. The other thing the chamber is doing is just giving away candy. I don't know if you can see it here, but look, it's just like a candy buffet over here. That's one way to get people to come and visit your booth. We're going to throw things over now to James Green from Victoria, actually. Did you know that they add brand new words to the dictionary every year? It's true. Here are some of the words that were added recently. I asked Marianne Turley from Turley's Florist what words she knows that might be new in the dictionary. Flower power came to mind for some reason. Maybe it's already there.
It's probably older, but it's a really good one, isn't it? It says it all.
When it comes to business power, the Nanaimo Chamber of Commerce has made huge headway in the Harbour City over the last 125 years. You are chair of the chamber. How do you describe the business environment today in Nanaimo?
You know, it's so optimistic. I think that we're at a time, the cusp of big things happening. When you drive through the city, you see all the construction happening. Everybody has a smile on their face, and you know, it's that success. And I think if you have a positive attitude, you incubate it, and more successful attitudes happen. So I think, you know, we're done with the negative. We're forging ahead, and we're really creating a really good business environment.
And it comes down to the positive attitude, as you said, but hard work too. When I first moved to Nanaimo in 1998, the downtown core was dead. I remember, I've told the story that I walked down the street on my first day at Theatre One, and I thought, is it a holiday here that only exists in Nanaimo, because there's nothing open and there's nobody on the street? And so people get down and they work towards a goal.
Absolutely, and you know what? Commercial Street is the award-winning street in North America, I think it was, or Canada last year. And to have that is so exciting, and we hope that everybody does come down and look at it.
We're going to take it in one more direction, because you might think that arts, and you shouldn't if this is the way you're thinking, it's an old way of thinking, that arts and business are not connected. You're also very involved with the Vancouver Island Symphony, and Margot Holmes, the executive director there, if that's her title, just won a national award.
A major national award. We're so excited about it, especially since the city has now realized the importance of arts and culture. I mean, many of us have volunteered to make it happen, but now we're really seeing that it's really paying off. We have such a strong arts and culture community, and Margot, thank you for everything that she's doing. She has really put Nanaimo on the map.
And you've been volunteering with the symphony for how long?
Probably 18 years. So the symphony is celebrating 20 years of symphonic music in Nanaimo. So
and you've been on board
exciting
since the beginning.
Well, just about, yeah.
Thank you. I know you guys do so much on behalf of the symphony, on behalf of Turley's Florist and the chamber. Thank you, Marianne, for all that you do.
Thanks.
We're moving from business and arts to sports. Here's an installment of Rapid Fire with Dan Marshall. You're watching watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4. We found our friends at the Nanaimo Child Development Center here. It's not even Halloween yet. Why do you have a Christmas tree?
So we have a Christmas tree for a lot of different reasons. One, we can do this awesome oven mitt challenge and explain to people a little bit about some of the things that people with disabilities might face on a daily basis. Also, we do gift wrapping at Woodgrove Mall from December 1st to 24th, so it's a good way to tell people about that. And just let people know as well when they're choosing their Christmas charity that we're one that you can choose.
Excellent. Okay, oven mitts. What's the objective?
So our objective here, we have 30 seconds. Katie is going to be our lovely timer. We have 30 seconds to, with our oven mitts, tie a bow. And what this is doing is it's reducing our fine motor skills.
Okay.
So it's giving us a little bit more of a challenge for those everyday tasks that we might take for granted.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready? Tell us when to go.
Tell us when to go.
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 Okay.
Okay.
And we're supposed to tie a bow?
We're supposed to tie a bow. That's the challenge.
Good grief. Okay.
Erica's winning. Well, I don't know. I haven't had much success with this in the past.
Have you done it? Have you been able to accomplish it?
You know what? I kind of accomplished it. I'm going to say kind of because my bows don't always work. They kind of look like that.
Oh, that's not bad.
Wow!
Look at that.
That is impressive.
Christmas. You can help the Nanaimo Child Development Center by choosing your charity or coming down to Woodgrove Center as of December 1st and have the gifts wrapped a little bit better
than mine.
Yeah, we're going to throw things over to Marjorie Grieve. She's exploring Seal Bay in the Comox Valley. That brings us to the end of this edition of Go Island. So much fun. I've been curious about these things. This is a 3D printer. The students here at Nanaimo Christian School have one on display, and they're just making these things. This was made on here. It's never seen sort of the 3D real world until now. I think they're making some kind of brains or something right now. It's designed on a computer and then printed out. They're making houses, they're making cars out of these things. They've got another really creative thing going on here as well. It's called the Love People Challenge. I take an envelope and I have until October 31st to do one of these challenges. I can tape $2.50 onto a vending machine. That's fun. I can pick up 4 pieces of litter. I can buy $5 coffee gift cards and hand them out to people. Or I could do all of these things and then I Facebook it or Instagram it, and it kind of goes viral and just spreads the good feeling and love all around the community. You guys are very creative. Thank you very much. Another great way to spend some creative energy is at the free Community Day with the Vancouver Island Symphony. That's taking place on October the 25th at the Port Theatre from 11 o'clock until about 2. It is free, but you need to reserve tickets. You can do that by visiting VancouverIslandSymphony.com. Thanks for watching this edition of Go Island, and congratulations to everybody for putting so much into making the Nanaimo Chamber of Commerce Business Expo awesome.
Lakeside Dental Clinic Go Island is brought to you by Lakeside Dental Clinic, a division of the Vancouver Island Implant Center, delivering dental services, including dental implants and sedation dentistry, all under one roof. Clothing supplied by Catwalk Fashions. Kate's Hair and Aesthetics provided by Maffeo Salon.